Hey everybody, it's Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock Central, and I am Dr. John Sherk, and that means this is Brown Bag Lunch. We're going to do some things for technicians every Wednesday here at 11 o'clock, and so if you are a technician or you know someone who is, hopefully you're going to get some value out of these. So I have a different kind of lesson for you today. Um, I, it's about how to build your reputation as a technician. Um, as I have ongoing conversations with technicians about their careers, what I notice is a little bit of overemphasis on like their technical knowledge. Um, the soft side of being a technician, not just in customer service, but just sort of in general, uh, is undervalued by technicians and is valued more by those who can give opportunities to technicians, whether they're promotions or just opportunities to learn and grow. Um, the the basis for those decisions assumes a baseline of technical knowledge, but there's a lot of soft issues that really set techs apart from the other techs if they're there. Okay, so I called this lesson "How to Start Building Your Reputation as a Technician," because that's all the space that I have in my title bar. But if I could add a little more there, it would be how to start building your reputation as a tech apart from things that require talent. Okay. So I get your knowledge, I get your talent. It's a good thing. You need it. I'm not being anti talent when I say this, but the things that will bring you the most opportunity, those other things are kind of assumed. So, what are these 5 non talent ways to build your reputation as a tech? Number one, be teachable. Be teachable. Demonstrate a desire to listen, to learn, and apply what you've learned. Okay. So, there's a common dynamic, a common thread with a number of technicians. My name's John, I'm your friend. Let's just talk about it. Of technicians not being teachable, especially once they get to a certain level of technical knowledge, certain amount of experience. There's a common thing that happens where a technician stops being teachable, and you don't want that to be your reputation. If you have that as your reputation, it will make the people above you in the organization assume wherever you are is wherever you will always be, because they don't see you being teachable. And you may say, well, look, I don't need to know anything else. Yeah, but the air that you put off of not being teachable is stinky socially. And so being teachable is something you want to build your reputation on. Like when we think of Earl, I mean, I appreciate how open and teachable he is, given all that he already knows. Okay, teachability. Number two, have initiative. Be the person who's showing initiative. Now, how do you do that? Often I hear initiative spoken in the same sentence with things like be at work on time. Okay, but that's sort of everybody's job to do that already. The way that you want to show your initiative is by caring about and when possible taking responsibility for outcomes that go beyond your direct job. When you show your willingness to care about the success of the company, to care about the success of other technicians, again, not in a way that is bossy or something like that, but when you accept responsibility, now obviously you can't do that unless you're beginning to accept responsibility for yourself. It begins there, but beyond that, the initiative that's demonstrated by wanting to be responsible for more, that's a good thing to start building your reputation on. That's the kind of scent that smells good to the people above you in the organization. Number three is passion, right? Now, again, this is positive passion, not angry passion. When you're showing passion, you're communicating to the people around you, I want to be here, right? The opposite of passion would be milling around a building thinking, man, I don't know if I'd really want to be here, but it just cost me too much to leave. That's the opposite. Okay. So, and as to maintain that passion, you need to be careful who you let yourself be close to. Again, Y'all, if you're a technician, you know this. My name's John. Let's just talk. Let's talk real talk. Technicians can sometimes be cynical. Technicians can sometimes kind of push doubting uh, the doubting spirit button. Kind of, they can kind of try to put out the fire inside of you, just out of you know for whatever reason. Let's just say for whatever reason. So you need to be careful if you want to be a person who's passionate. You can't let yourself be surrounded by negative people. Okay, so I just say that to say, demonstrate your passion and then prioritize your life around that passion. Right? It's the fuel. The passion is the fuel for all of these other activities. Number 4 is courage. Courage. I have a quote here from James Harvey Robinson. Greatness in the last analysis is largely bravery. Courage is escaping from old ideas and old standards and respectable ways of doing things. Okay. Now, we often think of courage as this thing we need in times of crisis or great distress. But courage is an everyday virtue needed to live life without regrets. Okay. So it's taking a risk, learning new things. It's taking a risk, taking responsibility for things. It's taking risks, offering people help. Sometimes I see technicians who have particular knowledge, and they don't really want someone else to have it because they're afraid that they will be unseated from their job. They won't be as necessary. Well, it takes courage to show that to other people. Okay. Then number 5 is encouragement. Build your reputation around being an encouraging person. Okay. To the people around you, offer encouragement. Now, why do this? Most people don't believe in themselves. Okay. Now, most people don't wear that on their sleeves, but most people walk around with a sense of self-doubt. And encouragement gives them your encouragement. You're giving them courage when you encourage them. That's what that word comes from. And you're giving them courage to face those doubts and become courageous alongside of you. Okay. Other people know, they feel it when you believe in them. So when I say encouragement, I'm not saying, hey, great job, bro. Like, that's not the same thing. When you're really encouraging someone, you're demonstrating out loud and with actions that you believe in them, even if they just screwed up. Okay. So, most people will do anything within their power to embrace a leader's belief in them. And as you want to rise in the organization, as other people feel you believing in them, it becomes more and more okay with them for you to be the leader of them. And so this is, of the 5, this one is the most friendly to advancing in a leadership position, because the people around you are beginning to, even without realizing it, are beginning to support that idea of you moving up. Okay. So there's our 5 non-talent things you can use to build your reputation. Number 1, be teachable. Number 2, have initiative, accept responsibility for things. Number 3, have passion. Have passion and build your priorities around it. Number 4, have courage and show it. And number 5, encourage the people around you in a way that they feel you believing in them. You put those 5 things together, along with all the other technical stuff, people will begin to embrace the idea that you may be ready for more responsibility. Okay. That you're building your reputation as a kind of person, not necessarily just what you can do. Okay. Makes sense? All right. So there's your tip for this week. I hope you pick it up and run with it. And also, if you're not listening to HVAC Joy Lab, you're missing out. It's a great podcast. I just recorded one this week that will be out in a couple weeks on how to plan your life in 2024. We got more stuff coming from Adam Kuhlman, the trainer extraordinaire for technicians. Some great podcasts from Greg McAfee. There's just good stuff coming out this season. So I hope you'll check it out. And beyond that, we'll see you next week.